Okay, thank you. Okay. I'm going to read the open public meeting statement at this moment. In compliance with Chapter 231 of Public Laws of 1975, notice of this meeting was given by way of 48-hour notice filed with the Township Clerk, the North South Brunswick Sentinel, the Home News Tribune, and the Trenton Times, and posted on the bulletin board in the South Brunswick Township Municipal Complex on January 11th, 2024. Mayor, the next item on the agenda is the annual appointments and meeting dates. At this time, we have a discussion to establish the chairperson, vice chairperson, and secretary to the Board of Health for the year 2024.
Be my pleasure to nominate Joe Hockman to be the chairperson for the 2024 year, for Board of Health.
Okay, and we have a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Second.
Roll call. Mr. Bierman?
Yes.
Mr. Camerata?
Yes.
Ms. Grover?
Definitely yes.
And Ms. Hockman?
Yes.
Okay, is there a nomination and a motion to appoint the vice chairperson to the Board of Health for
I
2024?
will make a motion to nominate Miss Councilwoman Ann Grover.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. And roll call. Mr. Bierman?
Yes.
Mr. Camerata?
Yes.
Ms. Grover? Ms.
Yes.
Hockman?
Yes.
Okay.
Numerous.
Is there a nomination and a motion to appoint the secretary to the Board of Health for 2024?
Who's the secretary?
I don't
Is
think
Barbara-
we have one.
Barbara Natry?
Is it
Yeah,
Barbara?
Barbara.
Yeah, I nominate Barbara Knight.
Yes.
Okay. Second.
I'll second.
And a roll call. Mr. Bierman?
Yes.
Mr. Camerata?
Yes.
Ms. Grover?
Yes.
And Ms. Hockman?
Yes.
At this time, we'll have the public portion. Is there a motion to open to the public?
Madam Clerk, I'll just turn the chair over to our chairperson, if you
Okay.
don't mind.
Sure.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion open to the public.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Is there anyone from the public wishing to come up to speak during the public portion? Seeing none, is there a motion to close?
Motion to close.
Oh, hello, how are you? Can you please state your name?
My name
For
is
the
Sharon
record?
Ferraro. Hi, everybody. We can't wait to use the swings in the spring, so that's a good thing, but we have some questions about the water because everyone's reading the same thing that I'm reading. Why do we have copper in our water? How do we, there's copper in the water, it's coming through the township. The township says there's copper in the water, but there really isn't copper in the water, but there's copper in the water. Like, copper is very damaging for arthritis. That's why my daughter's not here tonight, because her knee is killing her and she's not walking, and it's very hard to get her in and out of the house. So it also can give you abdominal pains, diarrhea, so on and so forth. And we need to do something about the water in the township. If there is copper, we need to look at that. It's kind of scary.
Mr. Bidwell?
Yeah, I don't think there's copper in the water. We had reports last year, some of the reports said there was traces of lead above the acceptable levels.
I got the copper, you got the lead.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I didn't hear about the copper.
I-
The lead was after they had changed the regulations.
Exactly.
They made them more stringent.
Right, they made the
That's when the
regulations
copper
more
came.
stringent. I'm going to have to say, we're going to have to
Yeah.
get Mr. Severa and ask him these questions, because I was not aware of copper in the water.
If I
You
may
have to run the
suggest,
water for
whatever you,
15 to 30 seconds on cold. You keep it running until it gets to an even temperature of cold. Once it does that, you can use your hot water, but you can't boil copper.
where did you receive that from?
I got that from the township in a flyer that went out.
Okay. I
Les, do
didn't
you know
get
anything
that.
about that?
Have no
If you could be so kind,
We
maybe to...
have, excuse me, just a moment, I'm sorry.
No, no, you
Don't
can-
yell.
We have our Director of Health here tonight. How lucky.
I saw the jacket. I said, oh, aren't you lucky tonight?
So, Madam Chair and Council, last year the town had sent out a notice to all of the users of our water system that there were some exceedances that had occurred, I believe, the prior year. We had to notify all the users of the water system that those had existed. It also instructed that there There are things that you can do to water, such as, running it for a period of time before you utilize the water, and that's a general rule of thumb as well. And also that we never exceeded the standards
Right.
at the time of any of, the parameters for our drinking water. We actually sent out a second mailing, I believe it was in June, I
It
want to
was
say.
like 6 months later, some just.
Yeah,
to
6 months later,
confirm.
and again, we were continued to be in compliance. But we had a changeover, the regulations changed during that time period as well, and that's why we had to do the notification, so. But at no time did our water exceed the standards, and actually, the part of the distribution system that was in question never had any exceedances whatsoever, or even close to any exceedances. And that was all documented, I believe, in the literature that was sent out.
Messages.
Yes.
So let me ask you all this question, because I was watching something on TV, which I normally don't get to watch the news on anything, but this was water, and water got my attention. In Paris, France, they did a thing with UV, and they UV'd all their water, and their water is much safer to drink. All their water fountains, everybody walks around with their own water bottle. They fill up their own water bottle at every fountain, every school, every college. Their water is safer than our water, and their water is protected by UV. So being that we have an amazing little town that offers a lot, and we do offer a lot, is there any way that we could do that with our water supply and start something here where we can protect the water even more with UV?
Again, I'm going to refer to our health director.
That's something that we would have to discuss with our utilities department.
Right.
Okay.
Because that would be a really, really good thing from what I saw. And it's cheaper, it's better, and we can protect that better from, if you want to say terrorists or whatever, or somebody throwing something in it. It will clean it, and it will protect everyone, and you can put it in the school systems, and all the kids can walk around with their BPA little bottles, and they can drink all the water they want and be happy. And think of how much money we would save on water bottles when we buy them in the grocery store, and our landfills will be much happier because we won't have that much to worry about anymore because everybody will be walking around with their usable water bottles that are BPA protected, along with our UV water. And think about what we could start in our town that can go to other towns and so on and so forth, because something has to be done with the water. There's a lot of stuff in our water that really can taste terrible at times. And so all we do is buy bottled water, and we're killing our own cells because of all the plastic in our bodies now. And that's not healthy either. And something has to be done.
Well, we'll look into it. Would you?
I would recommend that we discuss that with our water utility.
Right. And we'll get back to you.
That would be great. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And y'all have a
Thank
great
you.
new year.
Thank you.
You
Thank you,
too.
Sharon.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Always lovely to be here at the Township at Tia Off Top 15 Ireland Brook Drive. I'm here to just actually appreciate the work that you guys are doing. I know today is the day where the Muslim Heritage Month resolution is going to be, I guess, declared. And I want to thank you for that. I grew up really far away in East Brunswick, New Jersey. And growing up as mixed race, mixed ethnicity, as a minority Muslim, always felt like I was an outsider. And when my husband and I decided to move to South Brunswick 23 years ago, it was by choice. It was a great town to live in. Our mosque is located here. We have many members of the ISCJ community here just to express our happiness by being part of the fabric of this community. And I just want to thank you and say, good job, let's keep it up. We're all together part of this tapestry in America and in South Brunswick, and thank you so much for that.
Well said.
Thank you, Atia.
We should probably.
Chairwoman,
Yeah.
my name is
You may
Mohammed
want
Ashfaq.
to
I
ask
live in
the
South
clerk to
Brunswick.
make the
One
notes,
second.
To make the notations from the prior comment.
So, yeah, this is the
Move
Board of
on
Health
to the other
meeting.
meeting.
Okay.
So we should be making these comments
At the
in
next
the next
meeting.
At the
meeting.
next
Assuming you're
Opening
making a
the
comment.
session there, right, for the public?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, there will
Oh,
be.
yes,
Okay.
Yes, please, thank you.
definitely. Thank you.
We let you, Atia, but
Thank you.
drew the line.
Okay,
With that, I'll make a motion to close the public portion.
okay.
Thank you.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. The next item we have on the agenda is the minutes. We have the regular meeting minutes of the Board of Health that was held on Tuesday, October 24th, 2023. Ms. Hockman, just for the record, you were not present at that meeting. Is there a motion to accept these minutes?
I'll make the motion, please.
Second.
Okay, roll call. Mr. Bierman,
Yes.
Mr. Camerata,
Yes.
Ms. Grover,
Yes.
and Ms. Hockman.
I'll abstain.
And the next item on the agenda is the new business. Is there anything to report, Madam Chair?
Yes. We're going to go with our director,
Okay.
Mr.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening, everyone. Just some updates regarding our programs. First of all, our grant programs have been doing excellent. We have had an ABOH, Advisory Board of Health meeting last night, which I'll allow our chairman, Mr. Sicenti, to report on. But as far as our grants go, we're looking forward, and I'll be presenting to Mayor and Council in the near future some agreements with some of our local community organizations to do training in CPR in a particular program called CPR Anytime, Anywhere, which is a self-teaching module to learn CPR, which will be great for our community. It's been shown nationally through statistics and even in South Brunswick through our news reports that we've seen that the quicker that we can respond and our residents can respond to people in need with CPR, the better the outcome can be and we can save lives. Also, we're working on a behavioral and mental health train-the-trainer for a lot of our community organizations with town so that we can spread education about behavior and mental health issues. So we have 6 modules that we're looking to have contractors prepare and deliver for us. And we're looking to do this between now and June 30th of 2025 when our grant for those programs end. And that's all that I have for this evening, unless there's any questions. I'll turn it over to Mr. Sicenti. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, as we just mentioned, the board met last night. One of the things we're going to do this year, we're going to try to establish goals at the next meeting of where we want to go, what we want to try to accomplish, what recommendations we want to make to you on programs. We're working with Les on this, so hopefully as the year progresses, next month we're going to start to set some goals, and then each month we're going to try to report on our progress on each one. So that was one of the things that we were stressing last night. The other thing that we wanted to get involved with when we were talking about new ideas and expanding the concept of public health. It's not really an expansion. The traffic, working with it, we would like to work with the Board of Health and the, I think it's the Traffic Advisory Committee, it's called, to take a look at some of the traffic issues we have in the town. The CDC has a whole section on traffic and, of course, vehicular safety in their website. And it's been considered for a long time. Even when I was advising the White House, traffic was a big issue. And it's something I think that if we all work together on, we can address some of the problems that we have. And just maybe through education, through enforcement. I had mentioned this in an email to the chief, saying that's something that we're considering doing. So working with the police, the advisory committee, and all of you, maybe we'll come up with some solutions and identify problems that do exist. So that's about it. We've established our meetings for the next year, and we're good to go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just as an FYI, the transportation meeting is the first Thursday of every month,
First Thursday?
7 o'clock.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you. Are there any questions?
No questions.
Madam Chair, do you have any correspondence or updates?
No, I don't have any.
Okay, the next item is to adjourn and to go into the regular Township Council meeting. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that double motion to adjourn and go right into the regular meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
gentlemen.
you.
Take care.
Thank you, gentlemen.
I am.
Mayor, the next item on the agenda is the address from the floor. Is there a motion to open to the public?
Motion to open to the, excuse me, open to the public.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. As long
Any
as the kid
opposed?
doesn't get up again.
Motion carries.
Mr. Usher.
Is there anyone from the public that is wishing to speak? If you could please state your name for the record.
My name is Muhammad Ashraf. I live in South Brunswick and 81st Avenue. This is an honor again to see you all. Of course, Mayor, we are missing the mayor here, but Ken Bierman is a friend of mine and you all. Today, what the Heritage Day that you are going to dedicate or declare as a Muslim Heritage Day is a accomplishment and a recognition of the Muslims of this area. I live in New Jersey, in South Brunswick for almost 30 years. I'm in the library here about 10, 15 years, and I recognize how good job our council is doing, irrespective of whether you're a mayor, deputy mayor, or a councilman. These days, when you, in this diverse community, when you take Muslims or any other minorities and you declare, you recognize their days, it brings them closer to in the melting pot. So we really appreciate that the way you have recognized and you keep on recognizing the I should say smaller groups or minorities. That gives them the encouragement, them, their children, and the whole community, so they recognize that what accomplishments these groups have done for being a good American. So I really appreciate and thank you very much that you are going to dedicate that day, and I hope that this goodwill remains with the community and the officials here. Thank you very much.
Touche.
Thank you.
Yep.
Good evening first.
Good evening.
My name is Hamad Shibli, Hamad Shibli, Chebli. Live in 28 Richard Road, Monmouth Junction, New Jersey 08852. I have two serious meetings. One of them is taking place right now at ISCJ, the House of God, and this meeting. And last night I said to myself, I am coming here first, not to go to the other meeting. And I just thank you by opening the door for me 5:30 to be here. I just came from Pennsylvania, as I told you. Why I am here? Maybe all the Muslims sitting here, they are thinking the Imam here came just to be with the Muslim because I live in South Brunswick. Really not that the reason I am here. I am here to tell the respect board in front of my eyes, just for the record. The people in overseas, the other side of the ocean, they know the word America. If America is doing good, they said, thank God. If America doing something, maybe they send letter to Washington, D.C. But I'm going back again to the first year this township recognize the day of the Eid, the 2 days of the Eid, Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha, and it's written in our calendar. The name of South Brunswick was mentioned in the first page of the major newspaper in overseas, and I have two paper with me to say South Brunswick of New Jersey in United States, the first township to recognize the day of the Eid for the Muslim. And as the president said, yes, we are a minority, and we are very happy to be in South Brunswick. But please consider what are the Muslim contribute to South Brunswick and contribute to the America, and we are very, very happy to live here as long as allowed us to live in the South Brunswick. Thank you, and God bless you, and God bless South Brunswick Township too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name's Azra Beg, and we're all here basically, most of us are here because you're going to be recognizing January as Muslim Heritage Month. And I'm not sure if you know this, but last year, Mayor Charlie Carley also shared with us the proclamation for Muslim Heritage Month. And we were actually the first town in New Jersey, even before any other town and before the state. So I just want for that to be on record, that South Brunswick was the first town in New Jersey to have a proclamation or resolution recognizing January as Muslim Heritage Month. So that's, a testament to how, we are so diverse and appreciate everyone's diversity. So thank you so very much. And after the meeting, we have some food outside. We have bakoras, we have hummus, we have baklava, and we have some sweets. Some generous donors from the community have generously donated, and we'd love to share that with you and everyone here. And thank you to everyone here for taking the time to be here on this occasion. It really is historic. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ezra.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak?
Seeing and hearing none, a motion to close the public portion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Mayor, the next item on the agenda is the minutes of the regular meeting of the Township Council held on Tuesday, December 26, 2023. For the record, Ms. Hockman, you weren't present at that meeting. Is there a motion to accept the minutes?
Motion made.
Second.
Roll call. Mr. Bierman?
Yes.
Mr. Camerata?
Yes.
Ms. Grover?
Yes.
And Ms. Hockman?
Abstain.
Okay. Next on the agenda is the reports. Mr. Bidlack?
Just a couple announcements. On Monday, January 29th, the Middlesex County Surrogate's Office will be providing services to residents here at the Municipal Building from 1 to 4 p.m. These office hours here at the Municipal Building are by appointment only, and residents can get that information about how to make an appointment on our Township website. Also, in addition to that, free preparation of federal and state income tax returns will be provided Tuesdays and Thursdays from February 1st to April 9th by volunteers from the AARP Foundation Tax Aid Program. And then once again, residents can go to our Township website to get that information. That's all I have for this evening.
Mr. Womack?
I have matters in closed session.
Okay. I do have one report. I would like to remind residents that the clerk's office is currently processing dog and cat licenses for the renewals for 2024. Residents may renew their pet license online, in person, or by mail. And if they have any questions, they may reach out to the clerk's office during normal business hours, which is Monday through Friday, between the hours of 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And that is my report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. So we'll go down to Councilwoman Grover.
Okay, I don't have much, but something to report that to make our town safer, we got a very big grant in the police department, and we hired few new police officers. And I want to congratulate them and wish them good luck. So that's my report. Thank you.
Councilwoman Hockman?
Okay.
Sit back for a long one.
I'm sorry, but I was so moved by your speech that I can hardly stop myself from crying. I always thank you so much, and I just adore you. And I just want to thank you so much for coming here tonight. Oh my goodness, I feel terrible. But
Take your time.
just give me one moment.
No, you take all the time.
The library met. We have wonderful things happening at the library. As you know, we're just waiting for PSE&G to move their poles so that to inspect the house to make sure that all of the gas is shut off so that we can knock it down and continue to enlarge the library, which again just, touches my heart. And the other thing is, you've heard tonight the health board report, and I want to say that one of the things that, of course, was not said, that pretty soon, we're hoping by February, March, that we'll be able to get started with training people for the CPR, and they it's going to be at CNJ.
You are welcome.
Thank you, and we are very happy that you have given us the use of your building to have people trained. And also, it will be at the American Legion where people will be getting trained also. Not at the same time, but at different times. And we will have plenty of kits for people to work with and things like that. And as the Director of Health said, this is something that we can do for ourselves, but also we are there. It's not getting certified, but just getting the information to be able to save a life if necessary. And so I just thank anybody who's listening to this to please come out and please get the instructions, because you just never know one day when something may happen and you will be asked to do this and maybe save one of the lives of somebody in your family or someone close to you. So that's all I have for a report.
Thank you, Councilman Hoffman. Councilman Camerota.
Thank you, Mayor. First and foremost, is there a cardiologist out there by any chance? No real report. It's just really heartwarming, and to echo my colleagues, to see the support and turnout tonight for the Muslim Heritage Recognition Month, and it's really good because, again, we do live in a very diverse community. This is a statement by just being here, so it shows that, when you do something that you feel is right and you see people come out and support it as you have, it does, as my colleague said, it does touch the heart. And it's good to see, because we are friends, but we all have different heritages, and we mold and blend through our diversification into one. A night like this recognizes that and awards it and acknowledges it. And for that, I'm very happy that I do live in South Brunswick. So thank you all. That's it.
Thank you. And really, I have no report either. I'm just glad to see that this is probably the first time in about, 5 years that we've filled the audience in this room. So, and this is the second year in a row that we have this resolution on.
Right.
So next year, Imam, if we do this again, I don't think we're not going to, but you have to give us a call, because we need a few more chairs out there for the supporters.
I'll go to the senior
But it is wonderful to see everybody out there, and I'm glad we can all laugh about this and shake hands and break bread at the end of the meeting.
Right.
So thank you all for coming out, and that's my report, Madam Clerk.
Okay, thank you. So the next item on the agenda is the ordinances for first reading. The first ordinance is 2024-1. It's amending and supplementing Chapter 114 of the Utilities of the Township of South Brunswick Township Code related to user rates.
Motion to move it forward.
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Bierman,
Yes.
Mr. Camerata.
Yes.
Ms. Grover.
Yes.
Ms. Hoffman.
Yes.
Mayor, the next ordinance is ordinance 2024-2. This is amending and supplementing Chapter 2, Administration of the Township of South Brunswick Township Code related to the attendance of public meetings within the Township of South Brunswick. Is there a motion to introduce this ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Bierman.
Yes.
Mr. Camerata.
Yes.
Ms. Grover.
Yes.
Ms. Hockman.
Yes.
The next ordinance is ordinance 2024-3. This is amending and supplementing Chapter 2, Administration regarding membership terms of the Commission on Women. Is there a motion to introduce?
Yes. Motion made.
Second.
Roll call. Mr. Camerata.
Yes.
Ms. Grover.
Yes, with the understanding to let other people and everybody know that we are changing the time frame of the commission from January to December, so it can coincide with the other boards and commissions. So we will have our reorg meeting in the next meeting.
From June.
From June.
From June. It used to be from
It's June.
May to June.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now it's going to be from January to December. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Bierman.
Yes.
Mayor, there are no ordinances for second reading, so we will move on to the new business consent agenda. We have items 1 through 9. Would anyone like an item pulled?
Item number 4.
Number 4?
Please.
Yep.
If there is no objection, we can move items number 1 through 3 and 5 through 9.
No objection. Let's move them forward.
Set. Roll call. Mr. Camerata.
Yes.
Ms. Grover.
Yes.
Ms. Hockman.
Yes.
And Mr. Bierman.
Yes.
And then we have item number 4, which is declaring January 2024 as Muslim Heritage Month.
I would like to read it.
Okay?
Thank you. Declaring January 2024 as Muslim Heritage Month. Whereas there are an estimated 1.6 million Muslims worldwide, approximately 3.45 million Muslims, Americans, who live across the nation and New Jersey. And New Jersey ranks number 1 in the nation in the percentage of its population that is Muslim. About 1/4 of Muslims in America are African American. About 1/4 are of South Asian descent, and about 1/4 are of Middle Eastern heritage. And whereas Muslims have been part and parcel of this nation since before its founding. This includes Muslim explorers and settlers, and at least 1/4 of the slaves brought to this country claimed the Muslim faith. The Muslim population has continued to grow and is the fastest growing religion in America. In addition to the local Muslim population, several waves of immigration have plastered the Muslim population by bringing Muslims to America from all over the world. Whereas the Muslim community in New Jersey is relatively large and thriving. There are many Muslim private schools, halal certified restaurants and grocery stores, community centers, youth groups that caters to Muslims, and of course, mosques. And whereas the Township of South Brunswick is home to a significant Muslim American population who represent widely diverse racial and ethnic backgrounds. South Brunswick is also home to one of the oldest and largest mosques, Islamic Society of Central Jersey, and whereas South Brunswick's Muslims actively engage in charitable and public service individually and institutionally. The Islamic Society of Central Jersey has served South Brunswick since the early 1980s, and many South Brunswick Muslims have served in various public service roles. The Muslim community has also served South Brunswick by providing free charitable services. The Muslim community is an integral part of the South Brunswick community, and whereas the Township of South Brunswick and our nation have greatly benefited from Muslim Americans, especially through their rich cultures and traditions. Muslims have hailed from over 55 Muslim majority countries and have brought a plethora of cultural traditions including languages, literatures, art, philosophies, sciences, etc. And whereas Muslims Americans share their strong family values, dedication to education, generosity in charitable giving, devotion to public service, diversity in faith and creed that adds strength to our democracy. And whereas Muslim Americans enrich our society by sharing in the entrepreneurial spirit of America and contribute to its economic prosperity, growth, and well-being. And whereas Muslim Americans are strong contributors to economic sectors and have particularly excelled in the areas of medicine, law, business, education, politics, government, military service, technology, science and culture, and arts. And whereas Muslim Americans serves in various levels of government across the state and nation, including in the executive, legislative, and judicial branches. And whereas Muslims in America continue to be subject of anti-Muslim sentiment and Islamophobia, this hate has risen to historic heights recently and sadly contributes to harassment, bullying, and intimidation in workplaces, in our schools, and in our other public-private spheres. Now, therefore, be it resolved on this 23rd day of January 2024 by the Mayor and Township Council of South Brunswick, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, that states that the Mayor and Township Council recognizes January 2024 as Muslim Heritage Month.
Okay, is there a motion to
Just wanted to say something that, of course, you know, by religion, I was born Hindu, and I grew up next town, Balimaran, as everybody knows, which was Muslim. So,
Now you're going to cry.
so it's very sentimental to me because we are one. So that's how it is. Thank you very much.
Make a motion.
Can I make a motion?
Second that.
Second?
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
Is there a second?
Yes.
Mr.
Yeah,
Cameron.
yeah,
Okay. Roll call. Mr. Camerata?
Yes.
Ms. Grover?
Yes.
Ms. Hockman?
Yes.
And Mr. Bierman?
I thank God that Ann Grover read this, not me. But I wholeheartedly vote yes. Thank you.
Mayor, the next item is the second address from the floor. Is there a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak?
Go, yeah.
When's a good time to get a picture with all you guys? We all have to go to an important meeting as the mosque.
So can we take a 2-minute recess or a
Sure.
break before we go into executive session?
Sure.
Yes.
So why don't we do it, if no one has anything to say now, again, we can do it now, because we have to come back for executive session then, okay?
After the food,
Uh-huh.
please,
Yeah.
after the food.
Yeah.
The food is warm, if getting cold, it's not halal.
It's warm out today, it's like a tropical heat wave compared to
Yeah,
Saturday.
right?
So seeing no one from the public coming forward?
Motion to close the public portion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries.
May I suggest maybe we close this meeting
Yes.
and then go
So
back in
at
executive
this,
session?
yeah, so at this
Okay, so
moment,
I'll
can we
make
have a joint
to adjourn
motion?
this meeting.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion
Oh,
carries.
you're opposed with food? I don't think so.
I'm with you, Joe.
Okay, we're done for now.
For now.